the Miss Linda C. Jones YouTube Variety channel. I am coming to you live from my absolutely positively beautiful historic hometown in the greater metropolitan area of New Orleans, Louisiana. The title of this video is Preparing for Rotator Cuff Tear Repair Surgery, My Tips. Before I get into this video, I'm not a doctor or healthcare professional by all means. This video is not meant in any way, shape, or form to dispense medical advice, but rather to share my opinion and my own personal tips of what was helpful to me in hopes that it may share with you some basis that you can check out with your own healthcare provider that works for you. All right, so I'm going to go through a list of things that were helpful for me, and then I will go back over these things and share with you why. And I would say just a little note prior to this is that understand that you will need help. You will need family and friends around. You will need someone to go with you to the hospital, to bring you home, to be with you for at least 48 hours in-house if you live alone, or even if you don't live alone, you will need someone to observe your progress. Those are very, very important things. And also, understand that it's more challenging than you may think, but you can do it. You can get through it. Understand that while it's not a major organ surgery, it is, something that needs a lot of help and a lot of love and a lot of support from all sorts of sources to get through it. And so I feel incredibly grateful and blessed to have so many that have reached out to me who truly care about my well-being, who truly feel that I make a difference, and I know that they make a difference as well. And so with all that being said, number one, I would say to make sure that you stock your house with as many things that may be difficult to pick up when you can't drive for a little while. Your house needs to be stocked with whatever it is that you need. Number two, a recliner. Number three, a shower chair. Number four, a handheld shower head. Number five, a bolster pillow. Number six, wedge pillows. Number seven, family and friends to be there at your side to help you. And number eight, any type of elevated chair for any bodily function if needed. If these items may be too low for you on a regular basis, you may need a little help with that. As you will find in the very beginning, it may be a little hard to lift yourself, that kind of thing. So let me go through this list now and just share with you these things that have been helpful for me. Again, in your own personal experience, you may find that you may not need something that I need, and then you may need something that I didn't need. I would like to give a big shout out to a YouTube channel, very professionally done channel. The entire channel is about equipment demonstrated by an actual occupational therapist. The channel is called EquipMe OT. She has been absolutely extraordinary in helping me to prepare, because this occupational therapist also does demonstrations on how to use these products, and while you're getting better until you have full use of the operated arm, how to use these things, especially if your non-dominant arm and shoulder is the one that you're having to use. So I will try to remember to put a link in this description. It's EquipMe OT, and she helps with just about any kind of surgery where you may need a little less movement and you may have to stay home for a bit in order to heal, and some wonderful products out there that will make a huge difference in your life. All right, so again, pretty self-explanatory, stocking your house with items that are needed. If you're pretty independent like I am and you're always on the go back and forth to your job and everything that you have to do, you're going to realize that it's just not going to be so easy to run and grab what you need. And then, so whatever you want to have before you have family or friends coming back and forth and helping you, have as much as you possibly can have. Let me just add an addendum on to number one, and some friends recommended this prior to my surgery. Anything that may be higher up on shelves, you may want to get those things lowered, as you will find that it will be a little more challenging to reach. It won't be that long. You will get better, but in that process, you'll need help with that. Number two, the recliner. I found out from my doctor pretty early on that after rotator tear cuff surgery, you will need a recliner. On my list, that certainly was the most expensive, which can be very challenging depending on your budget. If you're in a position where someone can help you get one, or you can borrow one, or if someone has one that they don't need anymore, that certainly will help out financially. Number three, shower chair. This is of great help, especially, in the beginning when you're okayed by the doctor, which is not that long after the surgery, but when you're okayed to get in the shower, um, you really need something in there for balance. And it's very, very helpful to have this. It gives you that little edge of security so you're not afraid to get into the shower. Number four, a handheld shower head. I happen to not have one of those currently. All these things, of course, let me give an addendum. Anything that needs to be assembled, again, all of this needs to be done prior to your surgery. When you come home, you will not be up to dealing with any of this. So, preparation, 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 preparation. Handheld shower head is phenomenally helpful. It will allow you and help you to do what would be very challenging to do with one that's not handheld. And what was great about the one that was installed for me was that there was another option of where to hang it on the shower wall that was lower. And then that way you have the higher and lower option, which greatly helps, again, while your surgery is healing till you get to that point where you can handle it. A bolster pillow. I learned about these in my physical therapy prior to surgery. These are phenomenally helpful. So when you are okay to get back in your bed, that's something to rest your arm on so it's not hanging. And it also helps when you're in your recliner. Keep in mind, the less stress that you place on the hand, which is why, on the arm, shoulder, which is why it has to remain in a sling. I think for me, my arm will remain in a sling 4 to 6 weeks. I may get to take it out when I see my doctor again in 2 weeks, which would be 4 weeks. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that, mainly praying. But anyway, I wanted to put that side note in there about the sling. These are things that take pressure off of your arm. Um, the wedge pillows, when you're able to transition into your bed, they elevate you pretty high and it takes pressure off of you. It helps you to better sleep on your back. I'm a side sleeper, but obviously, since I had the accident, there's been no turning on the injured side. And so the wedge pillows will help you transition. I'm looking forward to getting back in my bed. Sleeping in a recliner is not ideal, but it keeps you in the position that you need to be in order to heal. Um, also, family and friends, very, very valuable. Thank you all so much. Mega shout out to so many of you. Just so many of you that have been here for me. Mega shout out to my nephew and godchild, Ryan, for being here before and after the surgery. I love you so much, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, if you're listening, thank you so much for being here. Everyone at the hospital just loved Ryan, as all people do. So thank you, Ryan, and thank you to everybody, to my other family members and my friends. I'm so profoundly grateful rather. You will need a very strong support system in place. The other thing that I didn't mention initially on this list, an ice machine, ice therapy. Let me add that on here. Some surgical packages include that and they send you home with it. just depending on your particular situation, and sometimes you have to buy one. It is of extraordinary help. What this ice machine does is that it's ice therapy. It's like a little box of sorts. It's really cool. And you put 3 frozen water bottles in it. You fill water up to the line. And so instead of having to keep running back and forth to the freezer with ice packs or, other cold devices, bandage ice packs that get warm very quickly, this distributes ice through a very large area that covers the shoulder. I would say this machine lasts for about 6 hours. The first week, you're going to find that you are going to need that continually. And then it may ease off, but the ice helps with the swelling. And this particular ice machine is so great the way it distributes the cool for such long periods of time. That's going to play a major role in helping to manage your pain and helping to get the swelling down post your surgery. So the ice therapy machine, look them up online, and it's worth asking your doctor if this is included in your surgical package. They'll send you home with it, and it does play a major role in helping you. I'm going to go ahead and add to the list that I didn't mention previously, but I just want to mention, again, I'm not a healthcare professional, but this is pretty common sense, and I think any doctor would share this with you. But as you are stocking up and you have either family or friends going to get food for you, please remember that this is an opportunity to continue your health journey and eat very healthily rather than, oh, well, I want to treat myself to something unhealthy. The more nutrition that you consume that is of the best quality, that is healthy, that's going to get vitamins and nutrients in your body will heal at an accelerated rate. It will heal much faster than unhealthy food. You want to maintain your health, and nutrition is very important to do that. And that's what I've done. I have only consumed healthy foods, the healthiest of foods. So by all means, look into that, do your research, talk with your doctor, but you want to maintain optimum health in your process. It will make a huge difference in your recovery. You want foods that are healing foods because that's going to make a big difference in how your body does with everything. All right, so those are my tips. And as I said in the previous video, I'm not going to be doing a weekly update or a monthly update or anything like that. Per inspiration in between my music videos and other things that I do videos on, I may check in here and there and say, hey, here's how I am. Maybe I'll do another video in a year, maybe 6 months. But there are many good resources here on this wonderful YouTube platform. I encourage you to check them out and discuss them with your doctor, ask these questions. And I would just say that as well. Let me just say that this is my opinion, my own little personal tip, but I try to make it a practice that when I go to my doctor to bring a list of questions. That's very important because a lot of times when you get to the doctor, it can be overwhelming when you was hoping not to have surgery or whatever you're dealing with, and then you have all of this magnitude of what is presented before you that you have to get through. And sometimes, you may forget your questions, but if you have them outlined, then it's going to make things so much better because once you have been able to discuss those things with your doctor, then it will help to put your mind at ease. I know that it did mine. There's another video that I want to do that I may do later today that will, for a while, be my only other rotator cuff tear repair surgery. And it's just some really unexpected, sweet, cool things that happened the day of surgery, before surgery. It's just one of those little things that I think is worth sharing that was an organic, natural experience that really helped to put my mind at ease. I am a Christian Catholic. I have a very strong faith. I am deeply spiritual. And I know that all of the prayers, I can feel your prayers. I know that all of the prayers have worked to get me through this. I say thank you to everyone and thank you, Jesus, for getting me through the surgery. I am just so incredibly, profoundly grateful. And I just thank you all for your letters, your cards, your private messages, your emails, your prayers. Let's all pray for one another. Let's all lift one another up. Let's all remember that there's room for all of us. Let's all lift each other up. Let's all allow each other to shine. Let your light shine. Remember, your light does not become dimmer because someone else shines. But when you both shine, there's a beautiful illumination of goodness and kindness and love and peace. And yeah, let's do that for one another. Let's do that for one another. Okay, everybody, I'm going to sign off, and later today I'll come on with just a little bit of a cool, fun, sharing of prior to the surgery. It's definitely a New Orleans thing, so hope all of you get a kick out of that. Okay, can't wait to sing for everybody again. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Peace out and God bless. Take care.